Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin, and welcome to our podcast talk show.
Hello, hello.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
How we doing?
People can settle in now.
Yep.
They've had the
They're good to
double
go,
of
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah,
Either
relax.
the welcome or the
Yep.
hello.
You never know what you're gonna get.
You never know, but that's kind of the fun. It's like a box of chocolates. Somebody ruined it. It was like, every box of chocolate comes with a map of what the chocolates are. It's like, no. Hush up. Maybe they didn't have that back then. Maybe.
It's probably people probably complain like everything else.
Exactly. That's what? People complaining?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's probably, I'm thinking like back in the 1960s and 1970s when you get these boxes of chocolates, or maybe 1980s. I don't remember when he goes and sees Jenny and finds out he has a kid, because that's when he has the box of chocolates.
Okay.
Maybe that particular box didn't have. Maybe his. Because Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. So it's Mama's chocolates, all right? Mama's chocolates, those boxes, they didn't have maps of what the chocolates were, okay?
You had to pick and choose what you're going to get.
Time-sensitive quote.
Yes.
All right, Forrest? Anyways, I just want to settle that debate.
I get it. Okay. All right.
It wasn't even a debate, but whatever.
It's okay. Yeah. I understand now how that makes you feel better.
See, goofy conversation's going to go well with the movie we watch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got our droogs.
We got our droogs. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to go to the milk bar.
Yeah.
Do some relaxing.
Yeah, but no in and out though.
No in and out. The old in and out. Okay, so this is I was wanting to bring this up, especially because we love full circle here, right?
Yeah.
So we were just talking about Community's episode, Contemporary American Poultry.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And now he's not in this episode, but we were talking about Community.
Yeah.
So remember in the episode, it was one of the Christmas episodes where they tie the professor to the chair. It's like later, I think season 4. They gave him a C plus, and they invite him over so they can raise their grade.
Oh yeah.
He's in other episodes, but I'm trying to think like that would be like the biggest episode where like he's actually in the majority of it.
Okay.
Do you remember it all?
I remember
they tie him to a chair. And then he gets out and tries to convince them that one of them let him loose. It's when Chang is Kevin, not Chang.
And the
because he has
professor.
Changnesia.
Yes.
The professor. So the professor is the main character of the movie we watched.
Yes.
Malcolm McDowell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to picture him getting tied up.
White-haired.
Yes, I can picture him in the show, but I'm trying to remember him getting tied up. That's the only thing
that's so funny.
remember.
It's a Christmas episode where like Annie comes over to Jeff's apartment and starts decorating it. Troy and Abed come over, and Abed's like, "Oh, it looks like Annie lives here."
Yeah.
Does Annie live here now? Man. Anyways, yeah.
I'm just so angry.
I'm trying to think of like other episodes that he's in because I know he's in other
Yeah.
episodes, but I couldn't pinpoint those
For sure,
ones
but it makes sense though. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so funny because like it's I've watched the movie before, and I never made the connection.
Yeah. Well, see,
I'm
it actually.
like, wait, that name sounds familiar, and I looked him up. I'm like, wait a minute, like, yeah, okay. Well, and then like there's a whole bunch of other things I want to say, and I just want to remember Evan Peters. Okay.
I think we're gonna have the same exact thought.
Okay,
process.
yeah.
Don't be wrong, it's saved, bro.
Okay,
I'll
good.
tell you that right now.
Good, because I didn't want to lose it, but I
Yeah.
also don't want to talk about it because we're at the beginning.
For sure.
We gotta get to the end.
Yeah, we gotta get to the end. You know.
Now, if time were not a straight arrow, and I could bebop around, then I could talk about it now. But it would be later. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know where that's going.
I mean, I like the thought. You know.
Yeah.
Again.
I'm watching. I'm not watching. I'm getting ready to watch Arrival and maybe Prisoners again. Just seeing like this stuff about the new director, or not the new director, the director who's done Dune, and he's doing Dune Part 2. And
okay.
He's done like some phenomenal movies that I've mentioned here several times. Sicario, Arrival.
What's his name?
I don't know. It's Denny. He's like French Canadian. So it's you would say it's Dennis, but it's not. It's Denis, but it's like Denny.
Okay.
And then Villeneuve, I think, is how you would say his last name. But I also could be wrong on that.
Okay.
But
so you know it. I don't need to look it up.
Oh, you don't need to look it up. I know his name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Denis Villeneuve. I don't know. But don't quote me.
Sounds pretty good to me.
If I've said Sicario, Prisoners, or you know who I'm talking about. But anyways, I've just been getting an itch to kind of getting into something like more darker, more
a little more serious,
complex.
Yeah,
more.
Okay.
I mean, the movie we watched is dark. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but that's probably what triggered some stuff for you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. It's probably wait. I've watched a lot of action. We've watched a lot of bad movies.
Yes, for sure.
But speaking of that, did you watch anything this week?
So, all right. So, I mean, we don't spend a bunch of time on it. I don't ruin anything. But I may or may not have actually watched the first season of The Circle.
Glad to hear it. It's finally like we know somebody else who has at least watched it. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, you guys sold it very well.
Tried to.
And the nice part about it is, like, this is the funny part, okay? So at first, I tell myself, like, I don't like reality TV shows and I don't like things like that. But, like, right away, the very first episode I watched, I'm already judging people, without even, like, giving the show even a chance, right? So my first thought, so I'm doing the same thing they're doing in the show. That's what I'm saying. Like, so
yeah, right.
But I get a different view of them. I'm like, like, not like judging them, but like, you know what I mean? But have like my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, that's
one of the coolest parts. You get to know everything that's going on.
Dude, like, to the T. Now, my only question to you: can they watch TV or anything?
No, so they don't have TV. They have a ton of other things that they could do during the day,
like read books.
Yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
Right. I'm just saying,
do
like,
puzzles,
how could
stuff
you,
like that.
Like, I mean,
but no, yeah, you don't get like current
days are
events. I think they said if you were to be there the entire time, I think it's about 15 days.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So a little over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks and a day.
Gotcha. Because it makes sense with the, if you think about it, there is how many days were there? When you how many episodes? There's 12 episodes.
Okay, yeah.
So that means that's at least 11 days, at least.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not doing all this. You know what I mean? Every episode there was people that were going to sleep and stuff. You know what I mean? So there had to be some. You know what I mean? Like some prep.
Yeah. So also what happens is they get an off day every week too. So I was actually looking at some of the rules because like it's interesting. They actually take really good care of their mental health. So at any time that they want, they can request a therapist to come in and talk to them. At any moment, they could ask for the producer to just talk if they needed to. So that's real nice. And they get a whole day to do whatever they want. They just can't leave the building. They could go up to the top and schedule time in the hot tub, do that kind of stuff. They could be in the room, but it's not recorded. Or it might be recorded and used for filler or whatever, but it's like a day off. So it probably isn't recorded because they could do whatever they want. They're not playing the game at that point. They're just like kind of regaining their sanity or whatever.
Oh, really? Well, so because when they're in the hot tub, they were like people were having conversations.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like I'm saying like for their day off, they could probably still do that, and like you don't have to be recorded. You could just could just be up there.
Gotcha.
So like I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's really kind of funny when they're talking. They say it's actually taking a lot longer than what it looks like to us. Because it's not an actually voice-activated thing. What's happening is they're communicating what they want to say and editing it and typing it and making sure that everything that's what they want to say and then send it. And then they wait for the response. They're going to the other person. They're talking it through.
Yeah.
And sending it back. So it's like a little bit longer of a process than what we have to actually deal with.
Gotcha.
Because it's relatively fast actually looking at all the conversations and everything.
Pretty quick.
They make it look really believable that's like a voice-activated system. They do a really good job at editing that. Because I was blown away. I was like, really? Like somebody's like, oh, you would like to say this? Not in front of them.
Well, yeah,
they're just talking to a camera.
Yes,
they're,
absolutely,
They're
but there's got to be some sort of delay.
What's that?
There's gonna be some
exactly.
sort of,
some sort of delay of typing it all out.
Yeah. I
But
love it and send it. I love
send it.
yeah. So it says
group chat is open.
Yo,
You know,
I mean, because it is crazy. Because the thing is, like, the one thing, like, at first I wasn't thinking about is like that's your conversation with people.
Yep.
If it's not for those conversations, you're not talking to like
So-
anybody besides yourself and a camera. I mean,
That's-
it's kind of crazy.
That's where, like, I think so. So there are some people that reach out very often to other people,
Yeah, yeah.
and there are some people that like barely ever reach out
Yeah.
to anyone. And you see what eventually happens to those people because they don't build relationships. They don't. It's an influencer thing. Like,
For sure.
if you're not,
If you're not trying, you're
if
not
you're
winning.
not trying, I mean, eventually, you kind of like get weeded out.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, especially in the season that we're almost finished with, because we got one more episode left, the finale.
You sound so sad.
I am, man. I need these things like cranking out every quarter, man. You know?
Did you finish the France versions of those yet?
No,
Oh.
no, but we did start the season 1 again because, like, you were talking about it. I was like, I thought Shuby won.
That's so funny.
Because I like Shuby so much. And I was like, this dude should
better
win.
Yeah, for sure. What I liked about it, and then Sammy actually called him out perfectly. I'm not going to because Sammy calls and says that Shuby's been playing the game since day one, so she didn't know. I think Sammy is honestly part of the reason why him and Joey's move that Shuby didn't win. Because remember Joey voted him a little bit voted for him late. They actually said where he voted him,
Okay.
and then somebody else did too. So I think that those two lower numbers, because normally that would be number 1 or number 2, right, between the two of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they weren't, right? So you're like, oh man, but I'm telling you, it was a great show.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It sounds silly, but it's such a calculated show.
Yeah.
Every word matters. Now, if you're a catfish,
Yes, let's see.
the pressure is on.
Yeah.
The one dude who plays his girlfriend,
Yeah.
Does-
Rebecca?
Rebecca, does a phenomenal job.
Yes, but I do think that there's some things that he did. I think he was a little bit
There's definite moments, but the interesting thing is it all gets overlooked if there's something else going on.
Yeah.
If the attention's on somebody else. We noticed in this one episode, or in this one season that we're on, it's like nobody even cared about this person because everybody's focused on this one thing, and it's like, oh my God, this person's literally just skating by, barely making any connections, just being absorbed by group chats and everything. It's so funny what you could just be carried on through because the attention's on somebody else. You've got to be real because this person's fake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. Well, I'm just going to say, Chris?
I'd have to, I don't remember.
You don't remember that from season 1? How far are you in season 1 rewatching?
We probably fell asleep after the first episode.
Oh, got it.
So, yeah, we had just started moving. Yeah. We saw Joey, we saw Shuby, we saw Sam.
Well, Chris was still in the show. Chris was from the very beginning. He was an OG.
I'm trying to think. Was it the football player?
No. Chris is the one.
Or the basketball player?
No. Oh. No, Chris is the one. He had the shaved sides and the hair that was all nice.
Oh yes. Had the big painting of himself behind him.
Yes. I was trying to think. Yes.
Chris, he's awesome. I loved him too, man. Exactly. He was awesome.
Yeah, but so he did really well. But he to me was that guy. He was the guy that kind of skated through on the outside. He talked.
Okay.
So talked his way through.
Yep.
And,
you play both sides.
You friends with everybody. You know what I mean? So that was the thing, which was good to
a
a certain degree. But you're not making any moves. You're not doing this. You're not.
See, and you're never gonna be. You're never gonna be in the finalists.
For sure.
That's exactly.
Because
it works its way out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like one thing I noticed that he did a lot more than anybody else. He didn't have a single conversation with he didn't start a conversation, a private chat with somebody.
He just always was absorbed.
Well, he was always absorbed, and then when he did start a conversation, he was actually starting a conversation with multiple people. So it's like a group chat only. So you're not even making a connection with one person.
Oh yeah,
one on one. You're not that
one-on-one
conversation. So it was just like that. To me, I'm like, oh man.
Oh, you didn't want to talk about this that much, huh? No, I'm just kidding.
I did.
I don't have to go into detail.
But listen.
I just think that's the beauty of the show. It's so calculated that you're literally paying attention word for word because you're like, oh, is this person going to slip up? I mean, when they play the games. And people who are catfishing or even not catfishing, it's funny to think somebody could be playing it real and them still maybe not know something that throws somebody off.
Yeah.
And then somebody thinks they're a catfish and they're a real person, you know?
That's crazy.
And it's just funny. And then it's like, ultimately, you're trying to win anyways. Why are you trying to keep the real people versus the catfish? Why does it ultimately matter?
Yeah, exactly. You're just a player in a game.
So, it's
I
so
understand. It's trust stuff, though. That's why everybody plays differently.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like,
but if you don't go hunting for it and you just take it as face value, because you have to anyways, right?
What's the difference?
What is the difference? So, yeah, I feel like catfish hunting is maybe just like more of a distraction, and I'd rather just try to root out by, oh man, like, when somebody's being calculated by the way they're talking, so like then you respond calculated, you get nothing done, but then you can't trust that person,
Yeah.
It's so funny, man. Anyways, yeah. We that's besides the movie we watched, the only other thing we watched were the 4 episodes of The Circle.
I'm trying to think if I watched anything else. I did watch a what was that movie called? Oh man, I forget now.
You watched
It was a pretty funny. It was like a movie I just watched. You know what I mean? Like a passing. Like I usually Saturday nights before I go to bed, I will always just turn on a movie.
Something on.
Just throw something on. Yeah. What the heck was it? I don't remember. But other than that, though, I don't think I've watched anything else.
We had the in-laws over because we had a garage sale. And Joe had not seen Kate yet. So I put that on. Unfortunately, he didn't get to finish it, but he was watching that. He's like, wow, this is pretty violent. I'm like, it's a very violent.
Very
film.
violent.
Yeah.
Very good job.
Kate is a very violent.
Again, I will say it again.
Yeah, that was good. Definitely not the 41% I had scanned on Rotten
No,
Tomatoes.
that's insane.
That's garbage.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like I did. Like, I feel like there's something else, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think there's just like the Undercover Boss. But yeah, we were talking about that beforehand. We watched a few episodes of a lot of Shark Tank. That's what it is. That's what we've been doing.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, for some reason, like just been
Shark
throwing
Tank,
that
really?
on lately, and throwing Shark Tank on, and then occasionally like CNBC, the only shows they really have is like Shark Tank or Undercover Boss. So
for sure. Yeah.
Luckily, they're both entertaining. So.
Yeah. All right. So. I also, there's one question. I remember I had another question for you too. So
questions.
Somebody sent us something, and then asked us if we've seen this on who the new people were going to be on the.
The new Mario movie.
Yes,
the new Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
I am very excited. Do you want to know the cast?
I got it right here.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say I could. I could have just told you.
Gotcha. So I was just.
Well, I could have told you. Mario is going to be Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Luigi's going to be Charlie Day.
Which
when I first read the news, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Reverse that. Chris Pratt's the tall one.
Yes. Why?
Out of the two, Charlie, I would say is average height, but it's an animated movie.
Okay, that's exactly that was my next question.
Right.
Got it.
So it's an animated movie. I'm like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy, who was the Queen's Gambit, she will be Peach.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Bowser? Is it Keegan-Michael Key? Who's playing Bowser?
Jack Black.
Jack Black. Okay.
Which is sweet.
Is Keegan-Michael Key in this? I feel like
he's Toad.
Toad. I was like, I know he's Toad. Yeah. Awesome. It's gonna be
Seth
fun.
Rogen is Donkey Kong.
That's awesome.
Sweet, isn't it?
That is sweet. That's just going to be a very comical,
exactly.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that. So that was one thing. I'm like, man, I'm super pumped.
That
was
I'm
the thing.
Definitely watching that one.
Very excited for that. So, but yeah, other than that, I think that's it. And then I think I will be watching. We should make the announcement now because I'm so excited about it. And then my cousin, who recommended Alice in Borderlands to me. Okay.
Alice in Borderland. Yep.
Which is fantastic.
It's.
So he said, this is quote for what he said. I'm not ruining anything. He says it's just as good.
Okay, I'm happy that he said that because people were saying it's better than Alice in Borderland. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But you are setting yourself up for failure right there when you're going to say
I'm telling you, I'm
it's
gonna go
better
with
than
this
that.
thing.
Yeah, do not do that.
Yes.
Don't,
So
it's better than Saw. How about let's
okay.
say that, right?
But So I
I'm
will be
excited.
watching that. Yes. So
Squid Game.
Squid Game. Telling you.
Dude, I know. I showed the preview to Jessica. She's like, I want to watch that right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. I
Yeah.
was like, but
Yeah.
we literally were like on episode 4 of White Lotus, and I was talking about, I was like, oh, watch this trailer for Squid Game. And I was like, but we also need to finish the White Lotus. We haven't finished that yet.
Are you having it?
No, because the Circle ranks supreme. If there's new episodes of Circle, that gets
Or even
consumed
old new
almost
ones.
instantly. All right. We're like, Clem, go to bed.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta sleep all night tonight.
Yep, it's 6:30. Go to bed.
Yeah. 6:30. You gotta put yourself to bed too. Go. No, but yeah, it's funny, you know. We're like, that's the night like we're like, all right, we're not doing like any chores around the house. Once Clem's in bed, we're gonna be downstairs watching The Circle. But unfortunately, we only have one episode left. But I'm excited because this I feel this fall is going to be jam packed full of goodies. We've got Ozark, Succession. Who knows what else is going to be coming out? I mean, it's the fall time, man. It's like when everything starts, trickling through, and
It's gonna be fantastic.
yeah.
And there's been a couple horror movies I'm not gonna mention yet that we've skipped over and stuff that I think we can watch for stuff.
Malignant and what else?
Well, not this one, the one that you weren't that excited about before. I forget.
Oh,
the
what
movie.
it was the Conjuring one, right?
It was. Yeah.
So do we have to watch all the Conjurings?
Have you
'Cause
watched any?
That's I'm gonna hit this.
You're
thing.
violent
I
today.
know,
You're
right?
violent, man.
Ultra violent,
Whoa.
baby. Me and
Yeah.
my droogs. That's like that's the family unit's name now. Me and my droogs.
Me and my droogs.
Droogies. What were you saying?
Hold on, man. Now you made me forget.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
with droogs. Frick.
Yeah. Consuming content.
Yes. Oh, The Conjurings.
Conjuring. So
Yes.
yeah, do we have to?
So have you seen any of them?
I've seen the first one.
I've seen a
I
couple.
was like,
that's
whoa,
what-
so scary.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
were like, that was scary. I'm like, really?
So you have this brain that works is like if you think one thing's fake, your brain just starts everything else off.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
There's some movies some horror movies I really, really like.
Yeah, because they probably actually look like something that looks
Like
real.
really
It's like-
good- yeah,
or they
really
were probably
good movies,
mind
yeah.
scary, not like a,
No, you had this The Strangers did.
Okay.
I mean, I guess that's kind of a mind.
It
game.
is. As I say, it's kind of a mind.
But
thing.
it's still like scare tactics. It's just like the Purge, the first one. That's not the 20 that have.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Somehow
I don't
It's
understand.
like a Purge Christmas now. Like it's just like different.
Sorry,
times of the year.
sorry, filmmakers. We can only afford like a Christopher Nolan every once in a while. We have to stick to the 10 to 20 garbage movies that we have to put out over the next 10 years. We have to dump millions and millions into that. We cannot make entertaining content. Anyways, yeah, before this gets into a minutes long rant. Hey, at least Christopher Nolan made a deal with Universal. I think it was $100 million to direct a movie about Oppenheimer, the guy who made the atomic bomb.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I'm not like I mean, I guess it's pretty sweet. Because are we the first? Who made the first one? Where's he from?
I
He's
think
from
he's
the U.S., right?
I think he's like a German scientist.
Yeah, but he made it here though, right?
Well, yeah, he was here.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
I don't know if he was a German scientist.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I was saying, you
Let's
sounded
make it
pretty
up.
confident.
I know. I
You could've
felt
sold it
confident. I was
at
like,
that,
I'm gonna retract that statement.
all right.
I don't know what kind of fellow this guy was.
Okay, but definitely made.
But
the
he was
US.
definitely heavily involved in the atomic bomb.
Got it.
Which is
Yikes.
pretty gnarly, nasty thing.
Yeah.
Did a lot of damage.
Lots of damage.
Bad stuff. So anyways, what?
Conjuring. So we were talking about
Conjuring.
that.
Yeah. Wow. How did we veer off?
How did you veer off? Yeah, exactly.
Watchmen. There's the scene in Watchmen when Laurie and Night Owl 2 are making out, and this atomic bomb goes off, and they turn into skeletons.
And do they veer off from each other?
Because of the conversation? How far I veered off? Yeah. I love veering off. People are like, this guy's temporarily insane.
Yeah, but it's okay.
He's only insane when he's talking to human beings.
Yeah.
He's not insane when he's talking to himself. He's very sane. Anyways. Yeah, do we have to watch all the Conjurings? Can you finish that question? I feel like I asked that 10 times.
Well, because you keep going.
You want to talk about...
No, I mean, we don't have to, but at the same time, I think to understand the story fully, we probably have to. But also, I will tell you this. So my little brother once saw the new one. When he seen the new one, him and his girlfriend did.
I'm surprised they watch movies.
Well, yeah, because she does not. He didn't until they met. And now she drags him to places, or like at least to like watch movies together.
Got it.
So that's really what's starting to happen now. But anyways, so they watched it and they said that she seen them all, but he didn't, and he said that he understood the story with everything.
Nice.
But now this is my only response to that is, okay, but if you had a question, you had somebody literally sitting right next to you, you could have just asked, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only thing that like I question. Because she's seen them all, so then if you had a question, she can be like, oh, no, boom, right?
You know what? We love full circles here.
It's happening, isn't it?
It is. I just brought up Night Owl 2. And you know who plays Night Owl 2 in Watchmen the movie? Patrick Wilson. Patrick Wilson happens to be the husband of the husband-wife duo who go to these houses of the Conjuring movies. Boom! Isn't that weird? All that just works out sometimes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of acting.
I mean, we should just call this Corey and Kevin talk about full circles.
All day.
All day. Anyways, we'll just do it. How about this? I think it would be entertaining because I'm sure they're not scary.
Well, exactly. So it's
just going to be like a bunch of scare tactics, like where shit just bumps out at you.
Yeah.
Oh! I know what we need to watch though. I don't know if it's I think it's a series. Midnight Mass.
Oh yes, 100%.
Yep.
Thank you for reminding me. That's why I was trying to remember that.
It's not. It's Mike Flanagan, I think is his name.
Okay.
He did The Haunting of Hill House and second one, which we don't even want to mention.
No, it's The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I think like he understands that since they're not continuing the anthology series of that, I think he understood that season was awful.
Yeah.
That it was just garbage. So he's doing this total different thing. Midnight Mass is his latest project.
Gotcha.
So we know he's good.
Yes, he gave us a great content the first episode.
So I'll give him another shot because man, I'll tell you what, The Haunting of Hill House is that The Haunting of
Hill House? Yeah, you're right.
So confusing because there's a movie called The House on Haunted Hill. That's it.
Exactly.
This is The Haunting of Hill House. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did it last time, so don't get me wrong. I remember it this time because I was very adamant about I will never forget that again, you know?
Yeah, please don't bring up.
Yes. So
then he'll talk about it. No,
yeah. All right. So another one that I want to bring up.
Full circle.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So I got this one pulled up. I did want to remind you. I guess I didn't have it pulled up because it goes back. But okay. So have you seen this new thing? My mom brought it up to me, and I didn't see it. Okay. It's called Manifest.
It's a TV show.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So my
was
mom
on TV for 2 to 3 seasons, got canceled. Netflix picked it up, and I think they're going to give them the last season.
Got it. Okay, so you've already heard all about it. All right, so it just I never even heard of it, and all of a sudden my mom's like, "It sounds super interesting."
Yeah, I feel like people have given it the Lost type of TV show with like mystery, and I'm like,
well, that's what she's like. That's what it reminds me of. It's like exactly my mom's words. So like, but not like that, but like remind like it's
yeah, right. It's very similar to something like that. I've heard that it's really good, and I don't know.
Gotcha.
I haven't picked up that one yet, but the fan calling had to have been pretty big because Netflix picked it up.
Yeah,
they're sweet when they do that. They did that for Lucifer. That was on
that's
Fox.
right. Yeah.
They've done that for a ton of TV shows where they've like at least picked it up. We'll host it on Netflix and then give them at least that last season. I mean, it's awesome.
It's crazy at first because one of our friends that I lived with for a little while, they watched it. So I watched it when I was watching when I was there. But then when I moved out, that I all of a sudden I see it on Netflix. I'm like, that's weird. This was a Fox show. And then I looked into it, and I found I'm like, oh, that's sweet,
Yeah.
you know, like that's
that's huge.
cool.
I mean, you're literally giving like studios can pass on these. I mean, that was this is studios going after studios, but I think it was NBC. Brooklyn Nine-Nine used to be on NBC.
Yeah,
and then it got canceled.
it's crazy,
Which is crazy.
Yeah,
and then Fox picks it up because obviously.
Why
wouldn't you?
See, sometimes people tell, like, I've read that people say that it's because like they'll get in a feud with one of the actors. So the actor's the show, so they'll get rid of the show because of the actor.
That's insane.
That's
just because of one actor.
Because of one because like so they're spewing whatever.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. So they also says
that's studios are gonna start losing that grip here.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Well, obviously because Netflix.
Exactly. So Netflix. I mean HBO and everybody's doing it. Look at Prime with Prime's got their big show too. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like getting the season and then giving it that last season.
For sure. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Because the creation is one thing, but
yeah,
that's another season I'm excited to come out. Amazon Prime. Literally was just thinking about it. Bad Boys. I mean,
Bad Boys.
Not Bad Boys. The Boys.
Dude.
Yes. Sorry, I had to like.
I watched it was some fake like news broadcast.
Okay.
And it was like Vaught Entertainment or whatever.
Oh,
and it was just showing like all these characters doing like, acting like as if they, it was awesome. It was well played. They were like acting as if the boys, like these people are real. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was like, it was almost like E! Entertainment or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And like these people,
right.
Dude, it was so well done. I'm like, I love this show. But the at the Emmys, I don't think they got nominated for anything, which is actually kind of mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing, but I also think it's because of like, I mean, there are some terrible parts in this show.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like, it's a heavily watched show.
It is, for sure. Well, I totally...
So, I mean, like there's tons of shows. I mean, anything that HBO has a ton of, like, stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a valid argument.
I just think it's got to stand out and... Well, I guess you're right.
I mean, I don't know. You're literally saying something. I'm like, The Boys doesn't stand out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a really well crafted. I mean, it feels real world, dude. I mean, it's like if soups were real and were consumed by conglomerates, Anyways, but they were not nominated for any Emmys, but they still, like, a bunch of the characters still went, and the costume designer for the show actually designed their costumes to go into the show.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's real cool.
I'm going to look that up, actually.
Yeah, it's real cool. I cannot wait for that. I wonder when that'll be coming out.
I could have swore that I think they said they're recording.
Yeah,
I think that's what they said there.
That makes sense. Yeah, wonder when that'll be coming out. That show is very innovative, very progressive. And wild.
I forgot the executive producer was Seth Rogen. I forgot about that. I don't know. I don't know how I forgot about that. That's pretty sweet though.
Yeah, because it's a comic book.
Yeah.
Duh. Mind blown. And it's funny because like Black Noir is in it too. And like since he doesn't talk, he just holds like cue cards that like have shit written and then he just drops it. I love when Queen Maeve like shoves a candy bar or whatever, an almond joy in his mouth, like totally takes him out. It's like that's his weakness.
Yeah, that's fucking almond
nut
joy.
allergy.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Anyways, so you want to talk about Droogies?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
So we watched Clockwork Orange.
Yes,
1971 flick from Stanley Kubrick.
Yes. So
you wanted a high percentage Rotten Tomatoes movie,
absolutely.
Right?
So this blew my mind.
This movie is a wild movie.
Yeah.
Now for me, I this is me rewatching it, and it is like a total different experience than my younger self.
Well, I'm pretty sure I got the same experience as you did.
Yeah, it was a mind-blowingly violent,
dark
movie.
Yes, 100%.
And I was so annoyed at the end, to be honest.
Yes.
I was really mad. Dude, when he's like...
Yeah.
and then chewing with his mouth open, I was like...
Yeah.
Just,
Exactly.
opens his mouth. Alex. I'm like, man, you name your kid Alex, he's going to be, since 1971, you know your kid's going to be a hellion. Would probably kill someone. I'm just kidding. That's wild. Anyways, The Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell, I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. He's from Community.
Yes.
And he looks exactly like Evan Peters looks exactly like this dude.
Do you know I had to look it up? This is why it's on my phone.
Wait a minute. Is he related to Evan Peters?
Is that his uncle?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
who is this guy?
Is that his
Yeah,
grandpappy?
seriously, but I couldn't find anything.
I don't think it is, and I'm mind blown.
Yeah.
Jessica's like, they could remake this movie with him. I'm like, yeah.
Seriously.
And then I was like, you're not going to ever want to remake this movie.
What is his...
This movie had its time. It is wild.
Yeah.
1971.
No, what's his name again?
Evan Peters?
Nope.
Malcolm McDowell,
Thank you.
I think. Yeah. So I remember a lot of scenes from the first time I watched it, and then like rewatching it, I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is like way darker than I remember it. Like you should have to watch this movie as you succeed through life. Once when you're 10. Once when you're 20, once when you're 30, like you just gain perspective. You're like,
Yeah. And as you get older, it gets darker and darker.
It gets darker and darker. Yeah, it's like if you ever wanted to, keep your kids off drugs, let them watch the movie Requiem for a Dream early on. I'm hoping that will be a huge turn off.
It will get you somewhere different.
Yeah, because that movie is I'd be like, I ain't doing that.
Nope.
I've seen what happens. Nowhere. But anyways, this is the same type of movie,
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on it? Like,
Ludwig van. I love how he just doesn't call him Beethoven.
Oh,
Ludwig van.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's just funny. I thought it was funny.
I said something else too. I forget.
I love the way he talks about himself as the narrator. His voice is just like creepy.
Yeah.
And it's like this narrator that's like, I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Here's everything I've done. And it's like, dude, you've done some wrong stuff. I still enjoy it. It's still a great movie.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just like way darker than I had remembered it.
Yeah.
I love dialogue. So like, I felt like this was like a real dialogue heavy movie.
Well, that was my problem with
Yeah, right.
So, it was too much. I couldn't actually, I didn't enjoy that part of it. Sometimes I just felt like I didn't understand what the conversation was even happening in it. I didn't really.
Can I have a quarter?
Well, yeah, and some of the things he's saying, he's going to a milk bar, and he's like, some things.
You like the milk dispenser?
Well, yes, yeah. It's super crazy weird than how everybody's like. It was just, I don't know. He just sets himself up for it,
Yeah.
It's a very 1970s, movie. It's on a rating of like before I think XXX was here. So,
I kind of agree. Like I feel like,
I
feel like they were like, I'm pretty sure this should be 19 or NC-17, but
Yes.
or X-rated. But since it's the 1970s and we don't really have regulations right now, we're gonna consider it's probably PG at that point.
Oh yeah,
Parental
for sure.
guidance.
Yeah.
Heck, you're 7. Yeah, get in there. What's this movie about? You'll figure it out,
Hopefully.
or you won't.
Yeah.
Because the way but with the ending of the movie, I'm like pissed off. I'm like hoping that like the way he's like opening his mouth like a pompous asshole because he's getting everything
handed to him back to him
because
when he
unsuccessfully threw himself out of a window and everything.
Yeah. I'm sorry to say. He's the main character, but he's also not. He's
a real piece of shit. So, I'll tell you that. He's got real slick back hair.
Yeah, real slick back hair. He's a real piece of shit.
He likes sloppy steaks.
Yeah. That's probably what's on his table.
That's probably. That's.
Yeah.
He's eating sloppy steaks. That real piece of shit. I used to be a real piece of shit, but I'm not now. I just want to make sure that the baby understands I'm not that guy anymore. Anyways, so that's, I'll tell you what band of characters, man.
Yeah.
Awful beings.
That's what I'm saying. The whole movie was like nobody good. Like
it's real dim, it's real dark.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
It's just
good,
kind of
like
wild.
you said, happens.
And there's some funny parts that he started getting to what was coming to him the entire time. He really was.
Oh yeah, like I loved when they crushed the milk bottle on his face or something like that.
Absolutely.
And they're like, cops are on the way. Hell yeah, you finally got him.
Yeah. But the three people that he was with are now cops, as you find out at the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
when he like gets saved by those those bums attacking him or whatever, and he looks up, and I was like, when I saw the back of him, I'm like, oh yeah.
See, you remember? Yes, I did. I did not expect that whatsoever. And all of a sudden, he does that, and I'm like, oh, because you don't realize, if you forget that it's been years since he's been in prison.
Right.
My brain at first wasn't thinking that until I seen that. I'm like, oh wow, like holy shit, like this is different. Okay.
Yeah, because they're like not innocent at all either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
well, they were definitely. Yeah. I mean,
they're horrible people. Well, now they're cops.
To the couple that they went into, where the guy is in a wheelchair. That couple, there was even that's what I'm saying. In this movie, they showed a lot of like certain things that are pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah, I know, man. Like it's the ultra violence. That's why I chuckled because. When they're at the milk bar in the beginning, and they drink like whatever, like because it's not just milk. There's something in the milk that is getting them ready for the ultra violence that they go out and perform these acts of ultra violence. Yes. You know what I mean? And they're getting all messed up. I don't know. There's like drugs in the milk.
Something's gotta be something. Yeah.
Milk, and then when he's like. They're sipping on milk to get ready for ultra violence. I'm like, oh man, this movie is so fucking insane, dude.
Insane.
Yeah. It's actually like amazing the content that was out in the 70s.
It was impressive.
Like it's a really, I feel like a dark movie. Yeah. And we watched The Wicker Man and I feel like it just like. It's just an era that like you could put on a movie from that era and you could pinpoint almost the year on it. 100%. It's so funny.
Oh yeah,
but it's like wall breaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're breaking boundaries.
Exactly.
Nobody's seen this stuff on the big screen before. No. Well, you can do that.
Yeah.
And then you're like changing the industry.
Absolutely. I mean, think about some of the fight scenes and stuff that were in there.
Yeah.
See, like this is the thing that threw me off about those, like about the beginning scenes rolling into here. Okay, because you get this hatred for them, and then remember where they run into the stadium?
And they're fighting the Nazis.
Yeah. Well, yes. So then you get this other side of things.
They save the woman.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe that guy that they beat up with a stick. And a chain and a pipe and things like that. Maybe that guy, he was actually a real piece of shit.
Yeah, his hair was pretty slick back.
Yeah, for sure. The hair he had left
was eating a sloppy steak underneath the bridge.
So, so I'm like, okay, maybe there was something going on, right?
Benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. Well, then all of a sudden the next scene they go into you're like, okay, well,
yeah. Yeah, they do a lot.
It's a lot in one night.
Yeah, they do a lot.
I mean, they're junked up on something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Some good old Ludwig.
Yeah.
Put on Ludwig van,
For sure.
Yeah, real dark movie. No. It's like I enjoy it because it's like, the dangers of messing with, somebody's natural state.
Yeah.
And then it like brings up the point of, if you don't leave it up to choice, it's kind of a wild thought because it's like if you don't leave it up for someone to murder, is that freedom of thought? Like, is that freedom of choice? Yes, murder is bad, but if you were to go and brainwash people and they couldn't commit those acts, well, you're taking away the choice.
The choice, exactly. Well, I think yeah, absolutely.
So it's just like an interesting aspect of correctional therapy. What is that when they lobotomies?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, like, man, you ever watch what is that, Shutter Island with Leo?
Oh yeah.
Mark Ruffalo? Boy,
Good movie.
that's rewatchable. That's such a Martin Scorsese's that good. He's like, I'll make a bunch of gangster movies. I'll make this psychological horror movie.
Freak you out.
I'll do whatever I want.
He does. That's the kind of life he's in.
Thanks, Scorsese.
Yeah. You the
Still
man.
haven't watched the Irishman though.
You haven't?
I tell you what, like Jessica and I felt like real off about it. We're like, I don't know. Like we watched like 30 minutes of it, and I was like, I don't know. Robert De Niro like just like literally walks around like a stiff board.
Yeah.
And it's just awkward. It's like pulling me out. I couldn't get into it.
Really?
We just couldn't get into it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like don't expect the same thing as like other ones, but it's not that by any means.
Right.
But it's still, to me,
it's still a good movie.
It's a
I just
watching
have to,
movie for sure.
I just
Yeah,
have to watch it.
Yeah.
Plus, like, what, 3.5 hours?
Well, yeah, so you got a half hour in, though. You only got 3 left.
What's funny is I sat through Justice League
say,
for 4 hours.
And wanted more, guys. Don't forget.
Yeah,
I was
like, I could have sat for a whole nother hour. I'm like, wait. I think there's somebody else is attacking. Wait. Bring the band back together.
Like, the credits aren't done yet.
Yeah. Oh, man, that was so good. I saw an article. I don't know if it's necessarily true or not, but ever since Justice League, Zack Snyder's cut was released on like Blu-ray 4K, it's been like outselling the regular Justice League.
Oh.
Kind of paving the point of, hey, I think we need to restore the Snyderverse. Let this dude come back in.
Yes, 100%. And let him do his thing.
Yeah, let him do his thing because he has a vision.
Yes.
And that's way better than mixing like 1,000 other visions. Because that is the one true thing that's different. If you want to compare DC to Marvel, is you've got this the president of Marvel, Kevin, who is overseeing everything, like making sure that things are going according to plan, that things are set in a path. And they've had this path, and they keep growing this path, and there's a lot of building of that, where you kick Zack Snyder out, and now it's like a free for all. All Aquaman does not fit necessarily. It's like a more of a poppy movie with a bunch of colors and laughter, where everything else in the DC extended universe is very dark and rainy and fighting. So like it's just a clear difference in styles, where like you could have like this overall undertone of a darker universe, which I loved. I thought that was, why wouldn't you? You already have Marvel.
Yeah,
you already have all the
you have the good
snide
heroes.
comments and and all that stuff. Why not be the darker universe where you could make it more realistic or more, on the ground violence type of stuff? I mean, that's a total different direction. Why not?
That's why that's why my personal opinion is Spider-Man fit better in DC than it did.
Well, that's just not, doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Because it's a Marvel property. I mean, it's a Sony property, but he's from Marvel.
Well, yeah, I know, but you don't think that he would fit better in
DC?
In DC?
No, because he's just a wisecracking goofball.
All right.
I'm not saying that there's not goofballs in DC. I'm just saying like in the DC extended universe, it like that's just the cinematic movie title, right? So the Marvel is the MCU. Yeah. So the same thing as the DCEU, and that has just so Man of Steel. Yeah. That was a pretty dark movie, man. Like having to rip Zod's head off. Like Superman doesn't kill, bro. Like, but he did.
He did.
And save it. Like, I mean, buildings are crushing, thousands and thousands of people are dying.
Well, yeah.
Entire cities are getting blown up or destroyed or whatever. And then you had Batman versus Superman. The whole movie's dark. You had
for sure. I
it's just I just don't see this wisecracking Spider-Man in that. I feel like where he's at right now is like the best fit. maybe Andrew Garfield's because he was like more of a darker Spider-Man.
That's
but
where that's where my mind went because that's where I think because now I think he fits.
Even Tobey Maguire I'd throw in Marvel.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I guess he was kind of a young quirky. But I just think that's like I guess you're right though.
Miles Morales, that might be a different story.
Yeah. I just because the way I picture it is okay. So like Batman with Gotham City, right? So to me,
New York City.
Yeah. So in New York City, so I'm just saying. So to me, it feels like it just all like kind of flew together. And then I'm not saying he's always doing that, but Spider-Man's a guy at nighttime that is, just like Spider-Man is.
Oh, Batman's a guy at nighttime.
Yes.
Yeah, but Spider-Man goes out during the day.
Well, yeah.
That's part of the problem.
Well, yeah.
He's an identity crisis because he has to leave so many times. He's day and night.
Day and night.
Oh, yeah. Nice. It's Kid Cudi for you right
sure,
there.
yeah.
That's like as soon as you say day and night, it's like, womp, womp,
Oh, that's so funny.
Personally, I don't think I think
I'm a big Spider-Man guy, so I go back and forth. That's the thing. So, like, don't get me wrong, I love Spider-Man for who he is in Marvel. I'm not saying anything like that. But what I'm saying is, for some reason, sometimes I just feel like certain things he would fit better. I don't know why. Man.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big.
I love in Deadpool 2 when Deadpool's talking to he's fighting Cable and he's like, "Oh, you're so dark. Are you sure you're not from the DC universe? You're so dark." Oh man,
that is funny.
How cool to be like Josh Brolin. You play Thanos and Cable.
That's true.
Right now, both Marvel properties. That's pretty baller.
Huh.
Well, I mean, at the time it was Fox, but
well, yeah, as I say, but that is cool though.
Yeah. I mean, Thanos will definitely be returning.
Oh, yeah. You think so?
Oh yeah, dude. Just because in the snap you could just get him back. Who's to say that's the last time we ever see the Gauntlet? I love in Loki when they have like the drawer full of Infinity Stones, and he's like, "What?" It's like no magic works here, right? So like the Infinity Stones are paperweights, they just sit there. I'm like, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, about that,
yeah,
that's funny.
Because they're just everywhere at this point in time, Because even though Return to the original timeline, it wouldn't matter.
No,
they're everywhere.
Those life stones just everywhere. Well, that's where they can go and make another gauntlet.
Bro, we were supposed to be talking about how did we get on? Oh, darker movies. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Talk about veering off, right? Clockwork Orange style.
Dark.
Yeah.
It led us to a path.
I had brought this up to you earlier, too. When I had watched Lost.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's season 3 when they have somebody in like the auditorium. They have the eyes open and they're feeding the images and doing that stuff. I'm like, oh my God, that's like a Clockwork Orange. Yeah, that's like a warped sense of
well, it's probably
twisting
the same
somebody's.
That's
what I'm like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's when you see Mac.
That's like straight up. What? Oh, dude, isn't that so funny?
It's so good.
What a cool life, man! You like got yourself on there twice.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The only thing is, does he have a tattoo on his arm?
I don't remember. That'd be awesome.
That'd be so fun. I just want to know. I just want to know. Just because it's so. I just think it's hilarious, and I go back and watching the old ones because those were the cutoffs. So the one thing you notice all the time, you see it 24/7.
It's like the feather, like the.
It's like something red and like has like feathers on the outside. It's like wings or something, right?
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Is it a mom tattoo? Hold on.
That'd be amazing.
Now I have to Google it just because.
That's you want to hear a full circle?
Let's hear it.
Mac or Rob owns a football team with Ryan Reynolds, who we were just talking about Deadpool.
He does?
Yeah. Wrexham, I think they're called. Wrexham United or something like that. They went in on a football soccer.
Yeah.
But to you Americans, it's soccer, but football, the rest of the world. They bought a team, man.
Okay, and this makes me super. So they show this. I say his tattoos, and the first picture they show, in other words, nothing but sleeveless shirts in the entire episodes, and all of these have sleeves on them. Ridiculous.
You got type in arm tattoo.
I did. I literally typed that in.
So curious. All right, so now here's something exciting that is going to happen, everybody. Jessica just recently finished reading Watchmen, the graphic novel. Reading Watchmen. It says like watching Readman. Anyways, reading Watchmen, the graphic novel. So that's very exciting. And we want to watch the movie, but we're gonna toss it over to Corey here, so he can read the graphic novel.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna watch the movie, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Super excited.
Oh yeah, because I'm like,
you've talked about it so much, and I'm just saying.
So I think like reading the graphic novel first and then watching the movie. The movie is like a love letter to it. Like,
gotcha.
It's like a shot for shot movie of the graphic novel. I mean, it's so well done.
Really?
So that's why I love it so much, because it's like, man, you could read the graphic novel or watch the movie, and you come away with the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Zack Snyder, by the way, full circle. Watchmen. Dude, this is freaking me out, actually. How many circles? This is like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon up in here.
That's insane.
Kevin Bacon, full circle. No, I'm just
He's actually the creator of The Circle. I mean, what?
Yeah, he's the main producer of The Circle, which is the biggest circle of them all. No, that's like we have Pepe Sylvia like type of stuff on the wall up here.
He was slapping 3 days.
Yeah. All these people exist, and they're pissed they don't have their mail. Oh, give me a cigarette, man. I'm really stressed out, you know? All these people exist.
It's going wild up there.
You don't even have to pay us. We just want the insurance, man. Like, are you kidding me? Well, I mean, we have to pay something.
Yeah.
But, dude, phenomenal. We've branched off a lot. I blame Loki. Ever since I watched it,
brain's been all over the place.
yeah,
Mine too, though.
the universe is ever expanding with all this sorts of different times.
Got it.
There's lots of variants happening.
And lots of them.
So, what are we watching next? I explained Watchmen, but Watchmen's not going to happen immediately just because we got to get you to read that a little bit. Yeah, we'll see.
So I'll see you guys in a couple of years. I'm just kidding.
We'll get you the audio book, maybe.
Don't judge, all right?
Yeah, no, I'm
you bring it back and like you put a piece of tape on it and never ripped open because I just listened to it the entire time.
Don't joke, because I'm gonna. But yeah, what are we gonna watch next?
So, well, it's up to you. Like, I mean, I was seeing one that just came out on Netflix. I don't know if you saw it. I mean, you won't have to. I'm just throwing out a new one that's on there. It's called Intrusion.
Yeah, I actually have not heard of this at all.
So it's number 7 right now. It just came out. I mean, it's actually a little short film. All right, so I'll read what it says. It says, when an affluent couple builds their dream house in a small town, a deadly break-in leaves wife Maria terrified, suspicious, and desperate for answers.
Okay.
So it's like a robbery gone wrong type of thing.
Yeah, it was out September 22nd. So yeah, okay.
So I'm just saying. So that's just an idea for right now.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. If that's the best you got, I'm not even gonna dare look at the Rotten Tomatoes.
You don't think so?
I mean, you want to take that gamble?
I'll do it right now.
Okay, if it's under 50%, you're picking a new movie.
Under 50%? That's going high.
Under a 50%.
Under a 50%?
Yeah.
So
okay, under 40. How about that then?
Okay,
Does that make you feel a little better?
Yeah.
Hey, remember Reminiscence was like 43 or something?
That's what I'm saying.
The Vault was 54, dude. And I still don't understand that.
I'm super nervous.
How is Kate 41%, people? I think we need a public outcry here to get that, boost these rookie numbers up.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's so funny. All right, there was the first thing came up. It says Intrusion ... explained.
Oh, great. Don't click that one. What's the rotten?
Okay, we're gonna pick a new movie.
What is it?
29.
29.
So not like absolutely terrible, but like 32 audience score.
Okay, so
That's why I said that.
critics and audience are kind of
Okay,
agreeing.
How about this? Let's start doing this a little bit more.
All right. If
let's do a
the
percentage.
audience and the critics
Yeah.
kind of agree, we'll kind of weed some of these out.
Okay.
I agree because we
Boom.
can't keep watching
Thank you.
a string of bad ones,
Yeah.
man. That was like getting depressing. I'm like, I'm gonna stop watching movies. What's the latest movie you watched? No, I only watch TV shows now.
That's all. Yeah, because I can. No. All right. So
I just watched The Leftovers on repeat now. That's it.
Oh, it's funny. Blockbuster movies. You got Shutter Island, Catch Me If You Can. Sorry.
Nice, dude.
Sorry. They just came up as like some of these options they want me to.
So
What about Project Power? I think that's another one.
where'd you watch that?
What?
Yeah, with Jamie Foxx. Michael or Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah.
Your boy MGK. Yeah, I've already watched that one.
Oh, you did watch it?
I've already
nice.
watched that one. It's all right. It's okay. I honestly, it was okay. I wasn't like blown away.
I don't
to be
think- I don't
honest.
know-
I was like, okay, yeah, this is cool. But otherwise, I was like, it's not like the greatest thing in it.
I gotta start writing these things down, man. It's making me mad.
Because
Because I had another movie I could have swore that I seen on one of these streaming apps, but I couldn't. That's what I was looking
So,
for earlier. My brain was trying to think.
here's
about it.
my thought.
Let's do it.
We're gonna be in October, right?
Yeah.
So
you're right,
so why
yeah.
not start off with a horror movie then?
Let's do it. All
Want
right,
to do
cool.
*Malignant* then,
Yeah, you want to do Malignant? Done.
or do you want to watch 15 Conjuring movies in a row? What do
No.
you want to do?
We're doing Malignant. And
Yeah, done, settled.
done.
I'm not against it, like I said with Conjuring, but I'm kind of the type who likes to watch things in succession. Succession comes out in the fall. And I'm so
Okay,
excited.
yeah.
October 22nd. I cannot wait. They released the teaser, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, is it pretty sweet? Really?
Yeah, I'm I'm just geeking out anyways because I love these characters. They're so terrible. They're such terrible people.
Yeah.
Then I started realizing like every show I love, they're just terrible people. Like I love terrible people.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what are we watching then?
What?
What are we watching?
Malignant.
Oh yeah, *Malignant*. We're gonna kick off October with a horror movie.
Let's do it. I'm excited now, actually.
I am too because then it gets into the
For
the
sure.
whole,
Yeah.
Jessica also had another one that was a spooky movie. I can't remember the title, but
Okay, we'll get to it.
I'll talk to her about it. And then,
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll get to it and we'll start off the spooky
Oh,
season.
dude, you just actually got me super excited for Halloween. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This happened last time we were talking about October. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know why, man. Just to start it out, I just get super excited.
It is exciting.
I'm actually planning to watch something scary tonight. To be honest with you,
That's awesome.
October starts for me today.
Oh man, I'll probably yeah, right. I don't know. Oh, she's watching Doctor Who, but we'll probably finish White Lotus first. But on Wednesday.
I was gonna say, don't forget about that.
Oh, you think I could forget? Full circle here, folks.
Yeah,
Oh, look at this ring light.
yeah.
Look at this ring light. Full circles.
There's actually a circle on everything. I already know someone up
Circle.
top. Exactly.
Circle,
Yeah.
circle. Anyways,
Yeah. You look for more. Of that.
I was like, circle.
That's
There's a
funny.
lot of circular ports,
There is.
and there's holes. Circle.
Circle.
Your eyes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say circle.
Anyways, let's let these people go.
All right. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, we're gonna watch *Malignant*.
Yes.
And if you guys have any recommendations,
Yeah.
shoot us an email. cktalkaboutnothing@gmail.com.
That's up. Yep.
And where else can they get us at?
You can tweet us at CoreyKevin1 on the Twitter.
That's perfect. That's
Absolutely.
perfect. So yeah, reach out to us. Let us know what we should be watching, especially horror movies.
Yes. Now we're the month.
Maybe. All right. So we'll do *Malignant*, and then we'll pick 4 horror movies,
Okay.
and we'll do a poll on our Twitter.
Beautiful.
And,
Sweet.
and then that way, we'll already have the next movie picked
Yeah.
for the following week and everything.
Cool.
Sound
Okay, cool.
good?
That sounds good.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good weekend or good week.
Yeah. Good week. Bye, guys.